Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at Siksorogo Lawu Ultra, the Asia Trail Master Championship Final. We are now at aid station 3, water station 3 at Tilogo Dringo. And here you can see where we are exactly. So we are on the verge of climbing Gunung Lawu. The foot of the mountain is about 2 kilometers from here. And we are waiting for the first runner, and we have been told that it should still be Ray Onifa. The Filipino runner was already in the lead, slightly in the lead, but aid station 2. You can watch the broadcast, the live broadcast by Mark T. Min on our Asia Trail Master Facebook. Highly recommended, by the way, because you can see a lot of runners. We had a very good connection there, and we aspire to do the same here at aid station 3. So what happened between aid station 2 and aid station 3? 10 kilometers of trail, including a hill and descent, and we were told also that this descent is actually quite technical. So let's see how that mixed up the order, the ranking order. Speaking of ranking order, some of you might have already noticed that the tracking platform is currently not working properly. It's a mixture of signaling issues on this hill, on this section between aid station 1 and 2 with very low signal. But there is also a wider problem with, let's say, about half of the trackers that we have. And this affects especially the runners from Philippines and Malaysia, but also, for example, the one from Vanya Knops and Rashila Tamang, and they are the first 2 women in the race. They were very close to each other at the aid station 2. The third woman, if I remember correctly, is Angelica Balo from the Philippines. Shindy Patricia, the home, she's not really from here, she is from East Java, but she's from Indonesia, of course, the home team. She is currently running in 6th place, more or less together with Cecile Weil and Akane Nimoto, the Japanese woman who resides in Vietnam and is also a bit of a new name in this year's ATM circuit. So Ray Onifa should be coming any time now. We were told he is about 5 minutes away from the aid station here. And in second place, normally speaking, if the order is preserved, should be Rizky Kurniawan, and he's really a home runner. He's not only from Indonesia, but he's from Central Java. He's from Magelang, and Magelang is really not far away from here. We are in Karanganyar, which is a part of Solo. Solo, also known as Surakarta in the past. Touristy area, very nice place. Adjacent to Yogyakarta, which is sometimes even called the cultural capital of Java. So we are in a very scenic place, culturally and also culinary. Really a very nice place to visit. And let's see what Rizky Kurniawan can do, because it's the first time he is actually competing at this kind of level in Asia. He's been almost unbeatable in Indonesia over the past couple of years, especially since the corona pandemic. He's still only 26 years old, so he's very young. He's really a talent. He has a good head on his shoulders as well. His English is rather limited, so it's sometimes a bit more difficult to have an international communication with him, but he's good. Yeah, he's really the up-and-coming talent in Southeast Asia in general, I would say. Rizky Kurniawan, one of a few. And we are very curious to see how he fares today against Onifa, against the others, Christian Jorgenson, Alessandro Sharpa, Hisashi Kitamura, Wilson Singing, and so on. So once again, we are live streaming on ATM Facebook, also ATM YouTube. This one is also on YouTube if you prefer that platform, or even on X, previously known as Twitter. You can also watch this live stream over there. We're also updating you on Instagram, as usual, with short videos and photos. It's taking a bit longer than expected. I think actually there's now some movement there, so I believe he's coming. He'll be appearing from behind the corner in the distance there. Ray Onifa from the Philippines. He is running in his traditional almost black T8 shirt though. Team Pilipinas this year is actually sponsored by Oli Athletic. And he's coming, as I mentioned, Ray Onifa. Just a side note, so we will be jumping on a motorbike as soon as he hits this aid station. So we hope that all goes smooth. And we'll be following John Ray for a while until he hits the gate that leads to Gunung Lawu, to the real mountain Lawu, the big center point of this race, of course, with a summit of 3,250 meters, more or less. John Ray Onifa.
How are you feeling, Stingray?
Yeah. Tiba tu? Full lah? Ya. Bantu.
You want this?
How's it going, John?
That's good.
Yeah. How was the descent? Technical?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, speed.
Steep. You're a few minutes ahead, according to the latest report.
Kiri. Ayo mas.
Let him pass. Yeah.
Right.
That was John Ray Onifa, still climbing up, still running while climbing up, I should say. Taking out his pulse right now. We're waiting here now for the next runners. We did not see anybody yet. I took a glimpse looking down and I did not see any runner coming yet. But we're going to continue this this broadcast while we wait for the next couple of runners. This is a main road, as you can see, so runners need to be a little bit careful when they cross, but luckily there's marshals. So normally speaking, we should be seeing Rizky Kurniawan as the next runner. Unless Christian Jorgenson, Alessandro Sharpa or Hisashi Kitamura have caught up with him. So we follow the next one we go. The weather, as you can see, it's blue sky here in this area, and it has been in most places this morning, so that's very good news for the runners who don't like to have a wet race. We are at the start of the wet season in central Java, and in the past couple of days it has actually rained a lot, really a lot, torrential rain. Even in the city, Solo City, there have been some minor flooding issues. And 2 days ago it was almost a deluge here in the afternoon, to the point that the event management was already thinking about the safety plan, plan B, but so far there is no indication for that to be implemented at all. So we have dry weather since the start, and we have sunshine at the moment. It's actually hotter than it has been in the past week here in Karanganyar, the race venue. So we hope for a smooth and safe continuation of this race. We expect the first runners to arrive in around 11 hours. So 11 hours from 5 o'clock in the morning when the start was. That means 4 o'clock in the afternoon, between 4 and 5. We should definitely have the podium in the finish of the men's race. The women's race is probably going to be a bit later, of course. But hopefully also before sunset. Sunset is here quite early this time of year, so it's before 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. But I would imagine that Vanya Knops and some of the others, Cindy Patricia, Raylan James, can be expected to finish also around that time. So it's a daytime race. We are at altitude, so it is not hot, as they say, but because of the sunshine right now and the blue skies, it is warmer than probably many runners had expected before they took the start at 5 a.m. this morning. The ATM Final, as everybody knows by now, is a race, is a shootout, a one-day race with qualified runners from in-country teams, and the country teams consist of a maximum 5 men and 5 women. I believe that another runner is coming now. So maximum 5 men, maximum 5 women, that's a team, and for the team championship you need 3 men and 3 women to finish, to have a team finish time. Last year Team Malaysia won the team championship. The favorites this year are Malaysia again. They're here with a strong team. Maybe not the top runner. Milton Ahmad is not here, unfortunately. But we have a good, consistent team. And the Philippines is probably the favorites. Thailand also has a decent team. So we see, and Indonesia, of course, the home team is actually very strong as well. So it will be interesting to see. Maybe we can already get an idea of the positions here at Aid Station 3. Because we will be broadcasting as long as we can. To see the differences in the ranking order and running pace between the various runners in the teams that are competing for the team championship. Another anecdote for this race, as mentioned yesterday also in the race pack collection, what they call the RPC stage presentation, which was also broadcast on our ATM Facebook page. You can watch that there as well. Alessandro Sharpa is the only runner this year who can win the ATM title for the second time in his running career. He was the champion in 2018. In the meantime, 5 years ago already, his victory over Salva Rambla, the Spanish runner at the time who was based in Asia. And then they fought for the title in Idzu Trail Journey in Japan. That was then the final. Sharpa won it, Salvarambla came second. Tomohiro Mitsukoshi, if I'm not mistaken, was even third that year in the championship. Tomohiro Mitsukoshi, back in the game here as well. He is part of Team Japan. And as you can see in the broadcast from 8 Station 2, he had a very good start actually. He was running together with, the name escapes me now, but he was running together with a fast runner. Yeah, that was a bit rather unexpected. So Tomohiro seems to be in very good shape today. Alessandro Sharpa, he ran a couple of races in ATM in the beginning of this year. That's how he got qualified. As a former champion, he just needs to finish 2 ATM races to get a wild card. So he got that early on in the season already. But then he went back to Europe for professional reasons, and he returned to Asia about 6 weeks ago and has been based mainly here in Indonesia, and even already climbed this mountain, Gunung Lawu, last week together with Ray Onifa. They came early, so they have a bit of an advantage maybe over the others. They have already red sheet the course, as they say. But in the meantime, as you can all see, we are still waiting for the second runners. So Ray Onifa has built the gap from 8 Station 2 to 8 Station 3. And the gap at the moment is at least already 5 minutes, I would say. I haven't been counting now, but there is a gap, as you can see. There is a gap. And even Christian Jorgenson might be surprised, because Christian was only a couple of minutes behind Ray Onifa in the Vietnam Mountain Marathon 50k. And Christian came back from TDS then, and had not really been training that much after TDS. Obviously, he was in recovery after what was for him a tough edition of TDS. But today he's either taking it more tactically, but yeah, the gap between him and Onifa right now is clearly already substantial, I would say, because it's not that easy to close a gap on Ray Onifa. So we were all thinking this is going to be a very tight competition today, a very tight race. But at the moment, Ray Onifa makes it look rather easy. Arni Macaneras, by the way, the reigning ATM champion until today, is not in the race. So he decided to DNS last week, unfortunately. So Macaneras, he also obtained a wild card as the defending champion, but he decided not to take part in this race last week only, citing not enough training, which surprised quite a few people. Not enough training, even though you know there's going to be the Asia Trainmaster Final. But alas, Arni Macaneras not in the race, and as everybody knows, also the Vietnamese female champion from last year, Hao Ha, is not running. That was clear from the beginning of the year already, that Hao Ha would not be focusing on Asian competition anymore. She is now fully focused on the global scene, and she has every right, of course, for that. She was 4th in CCC 100, so that's her big target also for next year. She has nothing to prove on the Asia Trainmaster scene. She dominated like we have never seen before last year. This is interesting. There's some kind of Jeep parade here. I hope they will also stop if some of the runners are coming. And I just noticed that we have been broadcasting for nearly 20 minutes and we have only seen Ray Onifa. Okay, we started a bit early, but there is really quite a gap. I'm surprised to see this gap. least one runner coming now. I'm not going to eat poison on it, but I believe I saw somebody wearing something that resembles a number bib, and I'm correct, it's Alessandro Sharpa. So Alessandro Sharpa is emerging there from another road, actually, from a side road. Alessandro Sharpa, and that must be Rizky Kurniawan. So Sharpa has actually moved up the leaderboard. The 2018 ATM champion. He is known as a runner for the big occasions. He can really hype himself for the biggest races. And he's showing that again today, at least at this part of the race. And it's still the early part because we still have to go up Gunung Lawu, and that's where it will matter. So Alessandro Sharpa and Rizky Kurniawan. So the interesting thing here is not only that Sharpa caught Kurniawan, but that Christian Jorgenson was unable to follow Alessandro Sharpa.
Money on the road this is today.
Yes, Rizky.
Ready?
And we will be following them, Sharpa and Rizky. So we have a bit of change of scenery as well. I'm looking behind me and I don't see Christian Jorgensen yet. It's a very steep section here on the tarmac. A little bit hard for a little motorcycle, so we're going to be walking behind the numbers 2 and number 3 in the race here. Rizky Kurniawan, the local, Team Indonesia, Alessandro Sharpa, Team Asia expat. Just like John Ray Onifa, Sharpa using poles, which is interesting. As I said before, they were training here last week. There we lose them out of sight. They're obviously a bit faster than me.
Di Mas, sebetulnya di.
Okay, and Alessandro Sharpa and Rizky Kurniawan are heading towards the trail now, and that leads to the gate over there. We will walk with the next runner to that point, so you can all see it. And that's the gateway to Gunung Lawu. So we assume the next runner is Christian Jorgenson, unless he really had something happened. Then we would be expecting, normally speaking, based on AS2 leaderboard, Jeff Campbell and Hisashi Kitamura. Here you can see Japanese-inspired Taman Sakura di Lawu, Cemoro Kandang. This is also an entry point to climb Gunung Lawu, but the runners today, they will go via this way. And we will be showing you this together with the next runner as soon as he appears. Hopefully we don't have to wait so long again. Soon I will be running out of ideas to talk to you. So let's maybe have a few minutes chat about the Asia Train Master Championship season 2024. As many of you already know, the 2024 ATM Championship will be a little bit shorter because the final will move to the middle of September. Many of you, well, maybe not many, but some of you already know which event that is going to be, but we are not yet in a position to officially announce that. But the ATM Final 2024 will be in the middle of September 2024. And as a result, we're already starting season 9 of the ATM Championship next week with the famous Idzu Trail Journey in Japan, and also the Mount Apo Sky Race in Davao in the Philippines. Mount Apo Sky Race, of course, that was last year's ATM Final. So we have 2 races next weekend that already count for points for the 2024 championship, which will end in the middle of September. The first batch of points race events and also a number of candidate races are already announced on the ATM website. We also encourage every one of you to regularly check the ATM website, because that's really where you find all the information regarding Asia Train Master. So don't just rely on our social media channels. It's the website that has all the details and all the total information package. That includes also information about the Grandmaster Quest, which is becoming ever more popular. It's the individual challenge for runners of all competitive levels. And the goal is to finish 6 ultras of 70 kilometers or more within 2 years. Then you become Grandmaster 1 star, and some of you have already reached level 2. That's 10 races, 10 race finishes. And there's a handful who have already obtained 3 stars, Grandmaster 3 star for 15 race finishes. And Masafumi Yamamoto and Hisashi Kitamura, they have achieved 4 stars, Grandmaster 4 star, which is the maximum as we currently have it. And that's for 20 race finish. And there we have the next runner, and it is indeed Christian Jorgenson. So we'll be following him to the entry point to Lawu. So he was together with Sharpa at aid station 2, and now there's a gap of about, 3-4 minutes. How's it going, Christian?
Good, good.
How's your pace compared to Sharpa?
Yeah, it's okay. Taking it easy. Still a long, long way to go.
Okay, tactical race.
A lot of climbing.
How's the scenery been?
Oh, super beautiful. Man, it's really, really nice.
Okay.
I was really surprised. Super beautiful.
Yeah. So
really
just
nice route, huh?
Just for info, Ray Onifa is probably already 20 minutes ahead.
Yeah, I know, I know. Let's see
It's over here. So.
See if we can hold the pace.
All right, all the best, Christian.
Thank you.
And there Christian Jorgenson, Team Asia expat based in Philippines. He enters the Gunung Lawu area and still feeling good apparently. And now we're heading back and see who we find in the 5th and 6th and 7th positions, and hopefully we can also catch the first women. But for sake of keeping things clean, I'm gonna end this broadcast and we'll start a new live broadcast as soon as we have the next runner coming. So thank you for watching the past half an hour from aid station 3. We'll be back as soon as the next runner